Well, let me tell you what troubles me the most about the Trump administration's immigration stuff so far. It has nothing to do with anything that I said so far. It's actually good with one of the papers that's out there, whether Ruth put it or no. It's that there is an agenda embedded in the Trump administration's executive orders, which a lot of people haven't paid attention to, which is about public relations. There is huge effort to collect data, to analyze data, and disseminate data in a very organized way. And they have started already acting on it. You're supposed to issue weekly reports on every immigrant who is in any jail in the country on a weekly basis. You're supposed to issue monthly data on how many immigrants were arrested, where, and what their background was. And you're supposed to issue quarterly reports on every jurisdiction in the country which has decided not to follow cooperative arrangements with the federal government. This is, and then keep on drumming this out in the public stream. This is what I point out in my article. This is what Breitbart would do about African-American crimes, that they would not publish crimes done by ordinary people. They just publish crimes committed by African-Americans. This is what Nazis did during the Nazi time. The crimes of all Germans were not publicized. Only crimes of Jews were publicized in the Nazi days. I'm not the first person to point it out. Other people have pointed it out. But I have been extremely intrigued about the public relations agenda because guess what? It goes back to where I started. It goes back to where President started his campaign. It's all about messaging. Whether his executive orders are taking the bite that he wants, in the public arena, they will project the image that they are creating a bite. They establish an office in ICE about victims of crimes committed by unauthorized people. It's called Voice. Just to publicize and tell those families on a constant basis who the perpetrators of this. So to me, one of the most important factors of this is a rather pervasive, what I chose to call muscular public relations campaign as part of the president's agenda. I don't want to shock you. There was a report that finally got released by AP yesterday that they're thinking of removing TPS from Haitians. And political appointees within DHS are sending emails to career officers at ICE. But please start finding us anything you can find on Haitian recipients of TPS who are Haitians. Find how many of them use public benefits, how many of them have some criminal record, so that you could see Haitian TPS has not been lifted as yet. But I can already see what is at work here, is to project an image of the time which would justify why Haitians should not get temporary protected status. We have never just cleaned up on this. We have never used individual characteristics of people to decide whether someone gets TPS or no. It's all about the country conditions, and we're going to go in that direction. So let me conclude by saying there's one thing here where the president, which is kind of strangely an outlier, where he hasn't kept his promise of elections, which is to get rid of DACA. He campaigned that this was executive amnesty, and he has chosen not to do it. And despite the individual cases, and I think there are a couple of more that have come to our attention in the last 2 or 3 days, he has chosen not to touch the kids so far. We know the DACA applications are being received, they're being approved, DACA renewals are being accepted, and they're approved. So there doesn't seem to be any real change in rescinding the DACA. What the future of DACA is, we don't know. We hope, and this is where you have to put, as I said, you can't put Trump in any neat thing, but you have to hope that this may lead some legislative fix on the DACA, where he can actually live to his electoral promise that, look, I thought you can't do this administratively, but Congress can do it, and they have the heart to do it because of the young people. So there may be hope in DACA. Thank you.